We're going to explore an unfolding and troubling case that has left many people within the Black community feeling betrayed and let down. It all started with a man named Jay Morrison who had a vision to empower the Black community through real estate investments. He created something called the Tulsa Real Estate Fund, or TREF for short. The idea was to allow regular people to invest in commercial properties and build wealth together. At first, things seemed to be going well. The fund raised millions of dollars from eager investors who were excited about the opportunity. But as time passed, flaws began to appear, promises were broken, and people started questioning where their money was really going. This story is about more than just financial losses. It's about the erosion of trust, the shattering of dreams, and the harsh reality that sometimes even the most well-intentioned plans can go terribly wrong. Welcome to Profit Predators Business Scams Unveiled, where the glossy facade of entrepreneurship meets its shadowy counterpart. In this series, we dive deep into the world of white-collar crime, unraveling the stories of ambition turned deception. From the boardrooms to the courtroom, we expose the mechanisms and minds behind the most notorious business scams. These are tales of greed, betrayal, and the pursuit of wealth at any cost. Stay with us as we reveal the true cost of these crimes, not just in dollars, but in trust and human impact. Your journey into the darker side of business starts now. Jermaine J. Morrison was born to his teenage mother, Lori Morrison Van Ness, on April 7, 1980, on Robinson Street in a lower-income area of Somerville, New Jersey. He grew up in poverty and understood struggle firsthand. While some family members managed to escape poverty, his immediate family, including his mother, lived below the poverty line. Many relatives, such as his mother, stepfather, biological father, grandfather, and aunt, were involved in hustling and drug dealing to survive. His mother specifically wanted to have a baby boy when she had him at the age of 17. However, Jay's grandmother was against it and planned on aborting the pregnancy, but his mother refused to abort the baby. His mother worked hard to take care of him and his siblings, despite his father's absence during his childhood. Jay described his childhood as great due to the love and support from his mother, grandmother, and aunts. Financially, the family struggled, relying on welfare, the SNAP supplemental program, and WIC government assistance, and living in government housing. Despite these hardships, Jay found ways to make life enjoyable for himself and his siblings. Growing up in Somerville, New Jersey, he saw only two ways out of poverty: crack or cocaine, and he tried selling both at different times. At 16, Jay began selling drugs and quickly realized he was good at it, claiming he made $100,000 a year. After making a 100% profit on the $50 bags of cocaine he bought from local dealers, he learned he could cut costs by buying in Harlem. Jay went to 137th Street, where hundreds of people were selling drugs openly on the street. Everyone was selling, but there was a guy sitting on a crate in a clean outfit. He looked like a businessman. He gave Jay his card that said "The Professionals" and told Jay to come to him next time. After Jay turned $300 into $1,400, he went back to Harlem to meet the well-dressed dealer. He took him into the back of a clothing store because it was more discreet than doing it on the street. Jay was so impressed by the well-dressed dealer that he became a loyal customer, learning the importance of presentation from him. During the summer of 1998, his father, who was also one of his clients, taught him the process of cooking crack alongside his stepmother. This period marked a significant moment in his life as he was immersed in the illicit drug trade under the guidance of his own family members. Jay later had a conversation with his father, who informed him that he could double his earnings by selling drugs in Nebraska compared to what he was making in New Jersey. This advice from his father suggested a potentially lucrative opportunity and hinted at a major shift in the location of his drug dealing operations. Intrigued by the prospect of increased profits, Jay considered the possibility of expanding his business beyond his home state. With each subsequent journey, Jay transported increasing amounts of cocaine to sell to his father's connections in Nebraska, which served as the third outpost in an expanding operation that already encompassed Baltimore and New Jersey. However, his activities eventually led to his arrest for trafficking cocaine across state lines, marking a significant turning point in his life and criminal enterprise. During his time at Summit Shock Intervention, a minimum security prison in Summit, New Jersey, Jay formed an unexpected friendship with a fellow prisoner known as White Boy Eddie, a drug dealer from Staten Island. Eddie, who had a wealth of experience in the drug trade, shared some of his strategies with Jay. One day, Eddie decided to make a list of all the fiends he knew, using dealer slang for drug users. He explained his post-incarceration plan to Jay. Upon release, he would give free samples to his former clients to regain their loyalty and jumpstart his business. This method of maintaining customer relations and ensuring repeat business left a significant impression on Jay, adding to his understanding of the drug trade. Jay Morrison adopted Eddie's strategy to improve his drug dealing business. After his release, he introduced himself to potential clients with free samples and his cell phone number, offering direct delivery instead of corner sales. This approach quickly proved successful, earning him $60,000 within 6 months. In late 2004, Jay had a sudden epiphany that his drug-dealing lifestyle would likely lead to long prison sentences. Realizing he had nothing to do to make his mother proud, he decided to quit selling drugs. He sold his remaining inventory to his partner, renewed his real estate license, and petitioned to clear his criminal record so he could work in the real estate industry. Between 2005 and 2008, Jay oversaw mortgages at Liberty State Finance and Keller Williams Realty, while also operating his own independent investment and contracting firm, Mr. Real Estate LLC. Afterward, Jay briefly tried restaurant ownership in Virginia and talent management for R&B artist Brian Gibbs, but both ventures failed. Reflecting on this period, he recalled a friend's advice after returning from jail. "Why are you doing parties and nightclubs? You know real estate. You got the look, you know the game." Jay needed about a year to learn the real estate business properly and develop professional etiquette and culture. He had no choice but to adapt, mastering the proper speech, vocabulary, and how to dress and manage in that environment. With the necessary tools in place, Jay started as a real estate investor and bought 3 properties. Drawing on lessons from his past in drug dealing, he found it relatively easy to build a clientele. Jay gained recognition among high-profile executives, entertainers, and athletes, leading to appearances on NBC's The Today Show and Open House NYC, as well as on Hot 97 and Power 105.1's The Breakfast Club. Embracing hip-hop culture, he became the face of Rocaware's I Will Not Lose campaign and released his first book, Hip Hop to Homeowners, How We Build Wealth in America. The book responded to hip-hop trends that Jay believed promoted wasteful spending and a drug-dealing culture, which he saw as harmful to the community. He began hosting webinars, drawing crowds of 700 to 1,000 people to provide a more consistent educational experience without exhausting himself. He created the Jay Morrison Academy. This program offered education on real estate investment through webinars, textbooks, and a full real estate dictionary. Jay Morrison began the Tulsa Real Estate Fund, also known as TREF, on June 1, 2018. The concept behind the fund was to initiate the first 100% Black-owned Tier 2 real estate crowd fund in Atlanta. The name was based on the Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street philosophy of group economics and aimed to be a beacon for group economics and unity in Atlanta. In its early stages, it successfully raised over $6 million, and investors seemed happy about the 8% return rate and the chance to own real estate assets. Jay purchased the Legacy Center building in East Point, Georgia, in March 2020 for $2.1 million as the first acquisition of TREF. It was a 31,000 square foot building that was supposed to become an economic empowerment hub in East Point, Georgia. It provided modern private offices, media and production centers, event space, and co-working space for local businesses. The center also offered wealth and financial services, education classes, curated events, and meetups to an underserved community. Because of some doubts, a National Football League Players Association contract advisor identified potential problems with the Tulsa Real Estate Fund, prompting an investigation by the NFLPA. Although TREF raised $9.6 million in its first week, the NFLPA found issues such as limited control for investors, no revenue-generating activities, and serious doubts from auditors about the fund's sustainability. They warned that NFL players, who often trust financial advisors to protect their money, could be at risk with investments like TREF. They compared this situation to past cases where players lost significant amounts, like Drew Brees losing $9 million in a diamond scam and Ray Lewis being involved in a $100 million lawsuit with a Florida bank. A few years later, many investors reported little to no return on their investments. Forums and online threads filled with complaints from dissatisfied investors, accusing Jay Morrison of using confusing financial jargon to mislead them and questioning where their money was going. In response to the commotion, TREF issued an update report to its investors in 2020, acknowledging a 30% decline in the value of their shares due to the poor performance of some assets in their portfolio. But this was not enough, as rumors started to spread that the TREF was not what it had been advertised to be. The Tulsa Real Estate Fund faced a tumultuous journey and is now at a critical juncture. Julian Gordon, a prominent investor, recently highlighted the fund's poor financial situation. The Legacy Center, one of its significant assets, was put on the market for sale. According to Gordon, despite its great features and prime location, the Black House, also known as the Legacy Center, has been listed for sale on Instagram by Jarvis Broughton of Interroute. Recent developments have exposed financial difficulties, with Jay refinancing the building and allegedly withdrawing $1.5 million to cover management fees and operational losses. Gordon, who allegedly personally lost $40,000, voiced his disappointment and concern over the fund's impending bankruptcy. The decision to sell the Legacy Center has sparked numerous questions among investors, particularly regarding the return on their investments. Many, like Gordon, have expressed concerns and sought clarification on whether profits from the sale would be shared with the fund's backers. Unfortunately, there has been no official response to these inquiries, heightening investor anxiety and dissatisfaction. Amid these events, Jay Morrison's wife, Ernestine Morrison, mentioned they were selling the Legacy Center. However, Jay Morrison has denied that the fund is being dissolved, calling it a miscommunication and asserting, "We are not shutting down the fund." In a recent turn of events, in May of 2024, the only remaining asset in the Tulsa Real Estate Fund's portfolio, a building in Atlanta known as the Legacy Center, has been acquired by Aristotle Investments, led by Aristotle Varner Jr., a self-made millionaire known for his savvy investment skills and dedication to educating others on financial freedom. Seems an unlikely buyer for the property mired in controversy surrounding TREF's alleged mismanagement under Jay Morrison's leadership. However, Aristotle has expressed a connection to the Atlanta communities where he invests, including the area housing the Legacy Center. During an appearance on the popular podcast Social Proof with David Shands, he discussed his commitment to uplifting these neighborhoods through strategic real estate investments and community-focused initiatives. The acquisition of the Legacy Center from the embattled TREF appears to be Aristotle's attempt to not only secure valuable property, but also potentially revitalize the surrounding area. As the situation unfolds, Julian Gordon has pledged to explore the details continuously, intending to provide more insights and potentially guide the investors through this unfortunate unfolding of events. This event, along with public reactions and the pointed no refunds, no peace remarks from some of Jay's critics, notably real estate investor and influencer Tony the Closer, underscores the growing unrest and the urgent need for transparency and accountability within the Tulsa Real Estate Fund. With allegations flying and legal battles potentially looming, one thing is clear: there are no easy answers or quick fixes here. The path to resolution and hopefully some form of restitution for those who allegedly lost out will likely be long and difficult. This case serves as a critical reminder of how important it is for individuals to conduct thorough research before investing, especially when it involves hard-earned savings. It also underscores the importance of transparency in any investment vehicle, especially those with such meaningful and community-based missions. Thank you for joining us on Profit Predators Business Scams Unveiled. Today's journey through the intricate webs of deceit and ambition reminds us of the price of unbridled greed. As we conclude, remember, awareness and integrity are our best defenses in a world where profit can often precede principle. For more insights and stories that peel back the layers of the business world's darker side, subscribe and stay tuned. Together, we'll continue to share stories that shock and shape our marketplaces. Until next time, stay informed and always question the integrity behind the profits.